Hi there. We have only 168 hours in a total week, and you need to differentiate or you need to write a boundary line between your work time and your time. If you don't do that, you're gonna end up with a lot of frustration on your work. So let's try to understand how best we can differentiate your work time and your time. So this lecture all about understanding your work time and your time. To begin with that, so you need to first understand what is work time. Work time, anything you think about your work or you think about your time spending on your working, on your project task or your task or in your office relevant, like your travel time to your office, from office to your work, which the travel time, which includes everything as your work time, including the time you're spending and thinking about at home or away from your office. Maybe you are on a bus or somewhere traveling and you're still thinking about your office project tasks. That's nothing but your work time. You need to think about it. Yeah, maybe you need to reconsider. Maybe if you're not ready to accept, think about it in this way. If you're paid to use your mind at work, if you're thinking about work regardless of where you are, uh, definitely you're gonna working on that specific thing. That means whether you are in office and thinking about it, about the work, or you come out of your office and you're still thinking about office tasks. That means you're still working, honestly. So I would consider as a work time. So you need to differentiate a boundary line between your work time and your personal time or your time. So let's understand about your time before we draw a boundary line or with some of the examples on boundary line. So anything else of apart from your work time, we would consider your time, including your recreation time, your sleep time, your eating time, your family time. And many people, particularly those who are fundamentally very driven, adopt the attitude that they will work until their work is gonna closed it, or it should be completed on the same day. Such kind of attitude people definitely uh, try to work late hours. They try to extend their work like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Um, and they also spend most of the time in the midnights to complete that work. But are they really more productive? Yes, they might be showing more productivity, but they're losing their your time. So you need to draw somewhere a successful boundary line. Otherwise, you would failure at your time, because whatever you have, the 168 hours of time, which is nothing but your budget, that's a budget of that week, you need to spend without a blank check, right? You need to draw a line, a timeline on that check so that you're gonna spending properly. Otherwise it would leads to uh, unknown time. That means you may end up with a lot of time. At the end you would be losing at your time, which would leads to at the end your frustrations will increase, um, your commitments you might miss at your personal life also. You need to think about that. So here is a line you need to know. Take a commitment that I'll not cross these between work time and your time. So if you set that you don't want to work on the weekends or you don't want to work after 8:30 p.m., anything, I wanted to just to spend with your maybe a recreation time or maybe spending time for your family. So you need to take a commitment, self-commitment, and you need to draw a separate line that would actually makes a boundary line for between your work time and your you time. By establishing this boundary line in your calendar, you will get started on the path of greater balance and improved productivity for sure.